Reggie Van Lee has achieved a life far beyond his working class upbringing in Houston's Sunnyside neighborhood. He has mingled with the powerful, the famous, and the legendary. What did you want to be when you were growing up?
Well, at the age of 4, I wanted to be an artist. At the age of 5, my mother told me artists starve and I should be an architect. At the age of 8, my mother said, architects take too long, I should be an engineer.
He did just that, getting 2 degrees at MIT and an MBA from Harvard. Even more impressive, he did so despite discouraging advice from his high school counselor.
What my counselor said to me was that I may be important for this little black school in Houston, but that she would hate for me to go up to Boston and embarrass myself and waste my parents' money.
You know, Chris Rock has a part of his comedy stand-up. He said, bullies and haters serve a purpose in our lives. Do you agree?
I agree. As a matter of fact, there have been times when in school I didn't want to stay up and study longer. I really wanted to go to sleep, but I could hear that counselor's voice in my head saying I did not belong there, and I was determined to make her not true.
His truth was a trailblazing career as a senior executive at a major consulting firm. This son of a mailman and a nurse smashed through the glass ceiling to reach the corner office. Yet at times, he says, it wasn't easy.
You're in a room full of people that don't look like you, that don't share the same sort of interests. They don't want to go to the restaurant you'd want to go to. They want to golf or yacht and things that just were not on my list of ways I wanted to spend my time. I would complain to my parents about it being lonely in these rooms, etc. And my father said one of the most profound things I'll ever remember, which was, it may be lonely at the top, but it's crowded at the bottom. And he said, you do not want to be on the bottom. And I said, you're right.
Along the way, Lee became friends with Caroline Kennedy, even visited the Kennedy family compound in Massachusetts. He thought, wouldn't it be nice to have his own compound one day? Decades later, that thought became a reality when he built this 20,000 square foot home in Wharton, Texas. It sits on land his great-grandmother, a freed slave, purchased in 1899.
Quite honestly, I wasn't sure if my sisters, all of us living in Houston, and all of them having homes in Houston, I wasn't sure if they'd be willing to move out to the country. But the minute I proposed the idea to them, they said, let's go now. Let's go right now.
It wasn't enough for Lee to reach the top. He has helped others walk through doors he has opened. Reggie, what do you say to young people who may be growing up in the same neighborhood you did, who say, my parents don't have a lot of money and I have few options in life?
I say those are excuses. Plain and simple. My mother told me, and I have all these sayings from my parents. My mother said, when you do your very best and things don't turn out the way you like, forgive yourself and move on. Sometimes plan B is better than plan A, but you got to go after plan A.